So as we do this, if you want to just close your eyes, or if you want to just kind of take in my words and just kind of let them just kind of roll over you in a way that reminds you that these are all things that we know because we're just living and breathing. So it's not about having to memorize anything or to miss a certain date, right? All of this, what I love about astrology, it's the reflection of the inner, right? The outer is the inner. And it's just a way to see and experience what we already know to be true because we're living and breathing. And so just take some deep breaths and settle into a moment of just kind of allowing yourself to feel and experience this moment. So kind of letting yourself attune to your rhythm of your breathing, to the beating of your heart, to the way in which you experience your physicality. The way you experience your own light. The warmth of the sun. And the light that surrounds and illuminates our experiences. So just taking a moment to feel into that light, and although it is a cloudy day and those of us in Portland can't see the light, I almost think this is a really great analogy of these times, right? That at times it seems that we can't find the light, or that where is the light? Or why can't it be summery, warm, free? And that these times that we have to really focus our awareness sometimes inwardly, right? To find the light. To know that its presence sometimes requires a little bit more curiosity or skillfulness or attention or patience to witness. So just taking some deep breaths and just allowing yourself to find your own light and that light above us, whether it's dimmed by clouds and rain, or whether you can feel and experience it nonetheless. So today we honor the light through solstice, the longest day of the year, and a time that we celebrate light, the sun, the gifts that the sun brings us through growing our plants and growing our food, warming our hearts and our spirits and our bodies, warming the lands, allowing growth to happen. A reminder that after darkness is light, and that we need light for growth. The sun going into Cancer also marks the solstice, and Cancer is a cardinal energy of new beginnings. So cardinal energies bring forth new energy. And Cancer is a water sign. So water energy attunes us to ebbing and flowing with emotions, with our body, with how life is constantly asking us to adapt and shift, right? And be very, our ability to be very moldable, right? Not fixed. And so Cancer energy pulls us back within ourselves to nurture, to rejuvenate. So a lot of the energy that we experience this month is about self-care, taking care of our emotions, taking care of those tender parts of ourselves, and taking care of ourselves as we are changing and adapting and being vulnerable in these times. Because if nothing else during these times, it's extremely vulnerable, right? To really not know when the epidemic will be over, not to know how all this will shake out, all the unrest and all the change that's very evident that our world needs. And so we're all kind of being forced into this uncertainty, unpredictability, vulnerability, right? And Cancer says, this is the time where new beginnings happen, right? Where change can really happen, where new birth, new life, regeneration can happen. So it's a really beautiful time of new beginnings in itself. But we pair this with a solar eclipse today. Happens to actually tonight around 11:40 tonight. A solar eclipse, and a solar eclipse happens at the north node of the moon, which deals with our destiny. The places in which life wants to support our growth and evolution, because it's what our spirit longs for, to grow and to expand. So it's places that we haven't been in our life. So it's kind of like the new frontier. It's ways in which we can be bigger, bolder, our light can shine brighter, but yet we've never been there, so it's vulnerable, it's uncertain, we don't know what it looks like, it's not unfamiliar. And so solar eclipses and eclipses in themselves are rapid times of change and growth, and almost like the energy just goes a little faster to kind of speed up our way forward so that we don't lose hope or that we don't get stuck in the past. So because of this energy, right, a solar eclipse, the north nodes, we're going future, we're also, and we're experiencing all this change, right? It's in a new moon, so another new beginning. So all this energy of change, new beginnings, and of refreshment, right? For me, I'm kind of terming this a time of rebooting. We have 5 planets in retrograde, so a lot of old energy is being brought up for us to process, to heal, to feel, to heal, to let go of, to be cognizant of ways in which we're grasping on to old ways that will no longer serve us, and ways in which we bogged ourselves down. Because this time is a time of finding our wings and learning to fly, and to not push through the old, but to just rise above it and find new energy, new ways to bring ourselves forth, so that our heart can expand, so that our capacities can grow. And so it's a really exciting time. So if I can say anything, it's let's honor the light that we have. Let's honor the inspiration, the hope that we all share and hold for our world to continue to grow and heal. And for ourselves to be at our capacities to continue to bring as much light and as much of our part, do as much of our part to bring forward the evolution, the change, the rebirth, the regeneration that our earth needs, that our society needs, and that we need. So just take a few breaths to feel into your own heart. And I want you to explore how big of a heart fire you can feel in this moment. Does your light of your heart feel dim? Does it feel bright? Does it flicker? And just experience what you know. And we're going to stoke our heart fire today through our practice. So I'll let you check back in at the end of our practice. So breathe 5 breaths into your heart. And then bringing your hands to meet at your heart, I'm going to ask that we form a metta prayer together. And a metta prayer is a prayer of loving kindness. And there's many out there that you can search for, things like, may all beings be happy and free, may all beings be safe, may all beings experience loving kindness, things such as that, right? So I want you to find 3 statements that you're going to wish for yourself, and that you'll wish for your community and world and those that you love. And we're going to put our movement into that metta prayer so that we're drawing in, again, more of that gratitude, more of that love, and allowing it to stoke our fire. So take us a couple moments to decide what your 3 wishes or 3 prayers will be for yourself. Anything you want. And then just quietly say that to yourself. It can be very simple things. May I be easeful in my body. May I be a clarity of mind. May I feel love. It can be very simple. And then when you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and lie onto my back. So if you need to remove anything that you're sitting on, go ahead and do that. And go ahead and lie on your back, but let your feet come out wide and your knees knock together and your arms to go out nice and wide. So imagine that your shoulders could be like wings and that your palms could be like the edges of your wingspan. Taking a deep breath and just feeling those shoulders relax onto the mat, feeling the heaviness of your legs as your knees kind of knock together. So we're going to stoke a little bit of our belly fire to begin. So kind of just watch and add on when you're ready, because we're going to just do this over and over again for a moment. With my left hand, I'm going to grab the back of my head, and I'm going to sweep my right arm towards my right ankle. And then I'm going to go back out to the side with my hands, and then my knees are going to come wide, and I'm going to grab my ankles. If I need to keep my head down, I will. And then let's extend my legs and my arms out. It can be high up or it can be low to the ground. And then bring my arms down and my knees together. And then take my arms out to the side and stretch. Right hand behind the head, little side stretch to your left. Arms going out wide again. And then bring your ankles in. You can lift your head if you want. And then big stretch out to the side. And then you can either keep your arms up or lower them down so that you can switch them around. Back to the right. Just a little side bend. Arms out, stretch. Knees out. Stretch it out. And then knees knock together. Left arm stretches towards the left. Arms out wide, then knees out wide. Stretch arms and legs out. And then last time on each side. Stretch over to the right. Arms out wide, and now knees out wide. Stretch it all the way out. Then knees knock together, arms wide. Over to the left. Arms out wide, knees. Stretch arms and legs overhead, and then knees knock together. Arms stretch. And then just taking a moment to kind of stretch one side and the other. And then go ahead and giving yourself a big hug. So stretching your arms behind, letting those elbows reach up. Bring your knees in, stretch up. And then open up your arms and we'll switch. Opposite arm on top. Let's give a good little stretch to the back of the heart as you bring your knees in, let your head lift. And then all the way back out. One more time each side. Right arm on top perhaps. Feel a big stretch, breathe into your back body. And then arms out wide. And then left arm on top of right. And then taking your hands behind your head and then lifting up, lifting your legs up, taking a big curl, elbows reach in, and then opening up your arms as the legs extend down. One more time, exhale, breathe in, and then arms stretch out, legs stretch out. Bring the soles of your feet together, open your knees. Just letting your head rest into your palms, letting the shoulders feel heavy. Take a few deep breaths. Just allowing your heart to settle into the back body, allowing the chest to stretch. And as you're ready, lift the head, release the arms, and then rock and roll yourself up to all fours. Go and plant those hands, and then grow the chest open. So as you widen through your collarbones, let the pelvis tip forward. And as you exhale, round upper back, lift your heels up and back, and you're in down dog. And then knees down, cow posture. And then round your upper back, tuck your toes, roll up and back, downward facing dog. A couple more times, knees down. Spread collarbones, pull the heels of your hands back. And then catch your back, find that belly fire, roll up and back. And then knees down. And then one more. And then taking your time, taking a moment or two in down dog. You can pedal legs, let your head drape. And then walk your feet nice and slowly towards your hands. And then for a moment, you can grab your elbow crooks or grab behind your head. Just kind of sway side to side, get the low back, a little stretch. Feel free to bend your knees a lot. And as you're ready, go ahead and bend those knees so that the weight kind of sinks back into the heels, the belly draws back, and the tailbone lengthens, and then rolling up. Head, neck, and shoulders will be last. Roll your shoulders a couple times. We're going to breathe in 3 parts. Go. And then on the exhale, rolling up if you want. And then one more time. Rolling up. Hands to your heart. So remember the 3 statements, your metta prayer. Go ahead and say those again to your heart. And then when you're ready, we're going to take a deep breath and stretch up. Side stretch to your right. Breathing and reaching up. Side stretch to your left. Breathing and looking up. And then exhaling, forward fold. Take an inhale breath, take a flat back. Lengthen your spine, broaden through your collarbones. And then exhale, lower down. Step your right leg back and drop to your right knee. So coming up to a lunge, let me show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna reach the arms forward, and I'll tuck my toes as I reach the arms back and down. Lowering my knees, reach forward, stretch up, back, and down. So as big a circle as you want. You can stay down with your knee if you want, or you can lift and lower like I'm doing. Let's go one more time. Then as you're ready, the hands reach down to the floor. Then take your right arm further over to the right, so you kind of lean inside, kind of side lean to the right, and then take a twist to the left. So as I lean over to the right, I can feel gravity letting my left chest stretch. Connect your chest to your palm, let your head go. Breathe into that left side of your heart, your lungs, the chest tissue, all the way up through your palm. And as you exhale, release the hands down. Take a quarter turn to your right for a wide angle fold. Then bring your hands to your waist and come all the way up to standing. 5-point star. So stretch your arms out and feel that energy from the center of your body extending out to the sides. Radiating that energy out. Take a couple breaths to just feel yourself get a little bigger. Yeah. And then as you're ready, we're going to spin the heels in. We're going to find the lotus mudra. So we'll touch our thumbs and our pinky fingers and we'll draw that energy into our heart. And then we'll sweep the arms and come up. We'll find the lotus mudra and we'll draw it into our heart. Do it a couple more times. And the lotus mudra symbolizes that purity of heart, our wisdom. And then hold it in. Say your metta prayer 3 times. When you finish and taking your time, we'll come back to that 3-pointed star, and then we'll take the arms down to the floor. Stepping into plank pose, dropping your knees if you need to, come all the way down to the floor, and then come into Sphinx pose. So shoulders and elbows are in one line. I'm going to pull the hands back and lift the heart. And as I'm ready, I'll lower down and I'll walk the hands back. Tuck your toes and come to downward facing dog. Couple deep breaths. And then you're going to step the right leg forward and drop the left knee. So that same lunge that we did with the arms stretching forward, back, and down, same thing, friends. So reaching, inhaling, and exhaling. Taking your time, feeling that expansion of energy out from the core of your being, out to your hands. Maybe a little bit more mobility each time, one more time. And then taking the hands down to the floor. Walk your left foot over to the left, maybe even a block. So I start to laterally shift over to the left before I turn and twist. And then keep that chest connected to the shoulders so that all that whole line of energy, right from the sternum through the collarbones, through the arm, and get that big twist. Then as you're ready, hands to the floor, step and fold forward. Halfway lift, bring your hands to your heart and stand all the way up. So remember that breath work we did, we're gonna do it again. So it's 3 inhales. Last time. And then rolling up, arms reach up. Side bend to your right. Maybe you stay with hands clasped. Inhale, stretch up. Side bend to your left. Inhale, look up, reach back. Exhale, forward fold. Long spine. Inhale. Step on back with your left leg. That same lunge again, but only one time. Big stretch. All the way up and back. Arms all the way down, take your twist. So left hand out, right arm lifts. Then as you're ready, hands to the floor, quarter turn to your left for that wide angle fold. So I'm gonna face you. Then hands to your waist, lift your chest, come all the way up. 5-pointed star. So feeling yourself in the core of your being, from that center channel, dilating out to the right and the left sides of your body. Can you feel your heart going into your palms? Can you feel your hips going into your feet? Nice. Take another really deep breath. And then as your arms come up, spin your toes out and your heels in. Bring that lotus mudra and go a little lower. Arms sweep up, look up. And then bring that energy into your heart. As if we're gathering in that energy of evolution, change, of wisdom. And then as you're ready, hold that at your heart, close your eyes, or just soften your gaze. Say your metta prayer. And this time you might want to offer it to those you love. Maybe you're wishing that out to them. And then as you're ready, stretching all the way out, 5-pointed star. And then folding down into the floor. Downward facing dog. Shifting forward to a plank pose. If you need to drop your knees, please do, all the way to your belly for stance pose. So some of us can go a little higher, so as you reach the elbows back and you lift your chest, then you might want to lift your elbows, that might feel good. Feel free just to stay on your elbows though. And then releasing down, walk your hands back. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. The left leg will step forward one time for that lunge. So as you're ready, arms reach up, arms reach back, and down. Right arm over to the side, twist. And then both hands down, step and fold forward. Long spine, hands to the heart, touch your sternum with your thumbs, and come all the way up to standing. Okay, that breath work again. One more. Rolling up. Arms stretch up. Big stretch, reach up. And if you want to grab a wrist, you can. If you want to have a hand down, you can. We're going to hold that stretch over to the right. So really breathing into that lateral side of the body, the left side, from heel to wrist. And then taking the arms up. Reach again, and then over to the left. So now the whole right lateral side body, from heel to hip, to ribs, to arms, to wrist. Arms look up, reach up, look back perhaps. Exhale, forward fold. Take a long spine to inhale. Fold again, step your right leg back, find a warrior one. So you might want to widen your feet so that you're more like railroad tracks. And then coming all the way up. We're going to find what's called the Matangi Mudra. So place your hands in prayers and fold all the fingers back beside your middle ones. Then you'll lift your elbows up about this kind of the sternum height. Close your eyes and focus your energy on a loop of energy that extends from your fingers through into your heart. And then around your arms to the back of the heart, to the side of the heart, and then back to the front of the heart with the fingers connecting to your heart. Just breathing, visualizing that energy circulation. And then one more breath. Then let the fingers release. You might find Vira Mudra, which is now your index fingers to look up and reach up. If that doesn't work, just gaze up, friends, or just reach your arms up. So just protect the neck, but an upward gaze does lift our energy. So breathing in, breathing out. One more. And then bringing the hands to meet at our heart. We're going to hinge forward and then twist to the left. So it can just be a floating twist. You can also have your hand down and your left arm up or even at your heart. So deciding what works for you. And then when you're ready, we'll take the hands back to the floor and then we'll widen our stance out so we're a warrior two stance. And then windmill the arms up and around for warrior two. Stay there, I'm just gonna switch my position. Interlace your hands and press the palms up. Bring your ribs back a bit so that you can feel the back of your body expand as well as the front. Feel that lift of energy up, and again, if it works to lift your gaze, do that, and if not, just keep your gaze down. Sing, sing. Then releasing that energy out to the side. Take a bind behind you. So whether you have a strap that you want to hold, whether you want to grab your waist, or you can interlace your fingers, open through your chest. And now turn towards your left thigh. Kind of keep your legs nice and strongly planted, left hip hugged in as you fold into a humble warrior in warrior two. So maybe your left shoulder finds your thigh, maybe not. Find the strength of your right leg especially. And bring your left sitting bone towards that right thigh to keep that left hip nice and active. Breathing in, breathing out. Take another deep breath here. And then when you're ready, releasing the hands to the floor, pop your back knee up and drop your back knee to the floor. Taking your hands to your waist, draw the shoulders onto your back, and as you kind of let the hips press forward, feel that lift of energy away from your thumbs that lifts up towards your heart. Maybe there's a gaze back, and you might even need a hand behind your head. So whatever you do to support the neck, that kind of that upward gaze from belly to heart, from heart to throat, from throat to eyes. Then as you're ready, hands to the floor. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Lifting your heels, feeling the belly roll as you kind of feel yourself rolling, cat back at the end, towards a plank pose. Little smile of the collarbones. Come back to plank pose. And then you need to drop your knees, please do so all the way, go to your belly. Cobra pose, so walk the hands forward to the degree you can keep your elbows winged and tight like little bird wings. Pull the hands back as you lift your chest. And then slowly release down. Pressing back to plank or downward facing dog eventually. Breathing in, breathing out. So you're gonna stay with that left leg as you're ready. So go ahead and take that left leg, step it forward. And then step your right leg to meet it and come to standing in a wider stance. So this is like a 5-point star, but it's a little bit wider than our normal stance, but not quite as wide as the one we did. Take your arms out to the side. Stretch your arms wide. And as you exhale, come to a little squat and wrap your right leg over your left and pull those elbows down your back, like an eagle pose with goddess arms. So the activation of the upper back muscles and the shoulders opens and frees the chest. We're gonna flow with that a couple times. Inhale, arms come out. Exhale, wrap and squeeze. Take your time. One more time. Stay here. Now bring your left hand to your heart and bring your right hand to your waist. You're going to step the right leg back to like a mini warrior 2 before you hinge into a half moon pose. So maybe the right arm lifts up. Maybe it stays at your hip or your waist. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you're ready, coming back to standing, both hands at your heart. Feel your heart rate, feel your breath. Then as you're ready, stepping a little closer, one time for the breath work. And then rolling up, arms stretch up. Big side bend to your left. We're going to add a little rotation here. So stay in your side bend and bring the right lung back and the left lung forward. So a little bit of an upward gaze now of the heart. Stay for another couple breaths. Find the pressure of your feet rooting into the mat and find the lift of the heart towards the sky. Come back to center, inhale. Need a break, take your arms down. We'll side bend to the right. Now spin your right lung forward and your left lung back. Hips stay square. And then feel that lift of the heart out of the pelvis. The strength of your legs beneath you. And then reaching up, maybe looking back a bit, little baby back bend. Forward fold, exhale. Long spine, hands to the heart. And on the exhale, step your left leg back for a warrior 1. So take the time to set it up. When you're ready, hands go to prayer. This is that Matangi mudra. So the middle fingers stay up. We fold all the other fingers back, and we lift the elbows. So we're imagining, again, a circulation energy from the fingers to the front of the heart. And then that circular energy goes from the arms to the back body, to the left arm, to the side of the heart, to the front. So we're making a circulation of energy that warms and nourishes the heart. This mudra can help calm the heart, can awaken again the wisdom of the heart, the spirit, stoke the heart flame. Two more breaths. Now the middle fingers will go down. The index fingers can go up, or you can separate your hands. Stretch and reach up. So if that's not helpful for your neck, you can look forward, or you can separate your hands. And then bringing your hands to your heart, we'll hinge forward and we'll twist to the right. And you're welcome to lift your back heel or put your left hand down or on the block. So the hand can be at the heart, the hand can be up. And then both hands down, set up for warrior 2. I'm just going to move in my mat so that I'm not facing away from you. So now we'll go heel to the arch. And as we're ready, we'll windmill the arms up and around, interlacing the hands and pressing up so we get that lightness. Really easy for the ribs to flare here. So if you bring the ribs kind of down and in a bit, knit them in, you can still feel the side body elongate. but we can also nourish the back of the heart. So feeling that lift of energy from the pelvis all the way up. Then stretching your arms out and away. Bind your hands behind you. So again, it can be just hands at the waist and a strength on the back body. That one works too. Turn slightly towards your right thigh before you bow forward. Humble warrior. So really feel the strength of your left leg and feel that right hip kind of hook back and inward so that that right hip stays nice and securely bound to the body. Feeling the freedom of the neck. Last couple breaths. And then just releasing the hands down to the floor, put your back knee on the floor. And then coming up to a lunge where we grab onto the waist, shoulders on the back, and then allow the hips to come forward as we lift the gaze, lift the heart. Remember, you can use your hand at the back of your head to support your neck so that you can reach back with a little bit more support. And as you're ready, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Lift your heels up. Start to articulate a roll from the lumbar through the middle back. And once you get your shoulders over your wrists, smile the collarbones forward. Before coming back to plank, dropping your knees, lowering all the way to the floor for locust pose. So you're gonna untuck your toes and press the tops of your feet down. So your arms can be bound, they can be on the floor, but lift the shoulders, draw the shoulder blades down your spine, and then lift legs, lift chest. And then lower down. Replacing your hands, downward facing dog. Your left leg will step forward, and then just kind of letting your fingertips reach forward, step your right leg forward, and then come all the way up to standing. So I'm a little bit wider than a shoulder width stance. I'm gonna reach my arms out to the side. Then as I'm ready, I'm gonna go into a little baby squat and wrap the left leg over the right and bring the shoulders down my back. So it's eagle pose with a more open chest. And then unravel, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last time, exhale. Stay here. Feel the shoulders drip down your back. Feel that lifting of the heart, strength of the legs. And now take your right hand to your heart. Take the left hand to your waist, and then step the left leg back to a really short warrior two. So that as I hinge forward from the top up, I can lean into my half moon. It can be a very gentle half moon. Left arm can be up. Feel the strength of your left leg lifting. Feel the lifting of your pelvis off your standing leg. So all from that belly fire. And then both feet come to standing, both hands over your heart. Take a few moments to breathe. Feel your heartbeat. Remember that inhale and exhale. And then repeat your mantra, your metta prayer, and this time extend it out to the world, to those who need it, who need to hear that, feel that vibration of prayer for whatever it is that you're sending from your heart out into the world. Nice. And then as you're ready, we'll bring our feet a little closer together and then take your hands to your waist. So I'm going to face you so you can have a better view. So our hands can be at our waist to remind our bellies to be strong. Shoulders on the back. Thumbs allow our low back to kind of release, right? Those upper fibers of the glutes. Then as you're ready, look up and then start to straighten the legs and go back. So like a standing camel. Once again, if you need your hands behind your head, go ahead. And then exhaling as you come up and then sitting back into a chair pose, hands at the heart. Rub your hands together. And then placing the heel of the hands over your eyes, sit on back to guha pose. So the elbows rest on the upper knees. Allowing that healing energy of your hands to awaken your sight. Right, we have to have fresh eyes to see the world differently. To see the light in others, to see the light amongst the darkness. So in that intention of our hands, a connected energy from our hearts to awaken our eyes so that our sight may be fresh, may be luminous. And on the exhale, fold. Long spine, hands to the heart. Fold on down. Right leg steps back, drop to your back knee. So we're gonna do one final lunge. So you're welcome to have left hand, left thigh, right arm up behind your head. Right arm also might reach down your thigh towards your calf. It's like a back bend here, the lifting meeting a lunge. So I want you to find whatever expression of this feels good today. So hips go forward, that lifting of the pelvis towards the heart. Again, hand at the waist, hand behind the head, whatever allows you to feel supported. Lifting that energy of that belly fire, of the strength of your legs towards the heart. One more deep breath. And as you're ready, slowly straightening, coming out of the pose for a moment, both knees coming together, and then sit back on your heels. Take a moment to take in that energy of the lunge. We're going to come to a seat and we'll do Marichyasana. Ray of light is how this pose translates. Don't worry if you can do the full expression or not. You're going to sit tall, extending your left leg, bringing your right knee as close into your body as possible. So if you had a blanket to sit on or something to lift your seat, that works nicely. So if this pose is a challenging pose, you can just hug that right knee in. The left arm can reach, and it can go towards whatever part of your foot you can grab. And you can just allow your body to round in, feeling the back of your heart open. Okay, that's one option. The other option is to switch that left hand back, right arm reaching forward. Or if you can binding around the shin, binding around the small of the back. So letting the backs of our hearts open. Feeling the core engage as you bow forward. Feeling that right heel securely pressed down. And then slowly coming up. Unbinding yourself, crossing the right leg over the left. So you have half the Mukhasana. So we're on that lateral edge of the right foot. Arms are going to stretch up, and then we're going to twist to the right. Opening up to the chest. Unbinding on the inhale, hinging forward on the exhale. So you can allow yourself to use the hands or to bow forward. Slowly coming up. Allowing your legs to sweep behind you. Just come to all fours. Do a couple rounds of cat-cow. Just kind of mobilizing the spine again. And then when you're ready, we're going to step the opposite leg forward. So that should be your right leg coming into a lunge. So remember, the lunge is happening by releasing the pelvis forward, letting that right shin bone release forward. But the lift has to come from the pelvic floor, through the core, through the heart. So you're deciding if you're touching the thigh, the small of the back, right? Lots of ways to do this shape. Sink in. And on your last breath, slowly take your hands down. Bring both knees together and then just sit back for a moment. Then coming into a seat, you'll extend the right leg out, the left knee will bend. And again, you can sit on a blanket if that helps you. I can hug the left knee in so that I can get a nice little tall seat before I reach forward. And I can just grab my shin. It doesn't matter if I even grab my foot. If I have a strap, I can grab that. Or that left arm can reach forward towards my inner leg. Or if I'm able to bind, then bind. Again, this is a sage pose, Marichyasana. Marichyasana is the stage of light. And then slowly coming up, and then the left leg, you're gonna make that knee pile. You can even move your right leg over to the left a bit so that you get a little bit of lateral hip stretch. Take a twist over to your left, broadening and lifting the heart. Unbinding and then folding forward. Slowly coming up. If you'd like another vinyasa or a cat-cow, feel free. Otherwise, you're going to join me in Tadasana when you're ready. So kind of flesh through that out as you need. Tadasana pose is star pose. So your feet and your knees and your hips are making like a diamond shape. So it's not Baddha Konasana, it's a little bit differently shaped. So you're making that diamond. So just sitting up tall might be your shape today, maybe hands at heart. You can also press the floor behind you and fold. So you can sneak your forearms underneath your calves and bring your head to maybe rest towards your forehead towards your heels. You can put a block over your heels or a blanket. So with your forearms, like we did in Sphinx pose, you can kind of elongate the spine to kind of reach your body a little closer and then let the head bow. And then slowly unraveling out of that shape. You can windshield wiper your legs a bit, shake them out. And then I want you to find a comfortable position for a mudra, a final mudra today. So whatever that looks like. Is Garuda. So we did eagle pose a different way when we wrapped our legs and our arms. So now we're going to do Garuda mudra. So I'm going to take you through different parts of our body that we're going to free. So I want you to imagine as we're doing this mudra, this kind of the freedom of flight, right? Of liberating ourselves past like limiting beliefs and thoughts and things that have in the past held us back, that now we can liberate ourselves to move forward, right? With that freedom, with that illumination of our heart. Okay, so you're going to take the left hand behind the right and hook your thumbs. So these are like bird wings. And you're going to lower it towards your pelvis at first, so it's a little awkward, I know. Take 5 deep breaths. And you're just quietly imagining yourself in flight. Bring it up to your navel and keep breathing. And then bring this mudra up to the heart with the left hand rest kind of on the sternum. Splay your hands. So visualizing yourself, if you could have that bird's eye view of clarity of sight, of faith and trust, in your experiences, your wisdom. Can you imagine yourself soaring over previous limitations of the things in our life that block us or feel troublesome? Imagining how it would be like to fly, to get closer to that sunlight. And then lifting that mudra up to your third eye. And then just bowing and letting your head release. Can you say your metta prayer to yourself, to those you love, to the world in need? And then when you finish saying your metta, go ahead and take your arms out, reach up, and bring your hands to meet at your heart. Yeah, nice. I'm